you don't glow. Hey now, you're an all-star. Get your game on, go play. Hey now, you're a rock star. Got the show on, yeah. Hey. Only shooting stars break the mold. It's a cool place. Every day it gets colder. You're funneled up now. Wait till you get older. But the media men beg to differ. Judging by the hole in the satellite picture. The ice we skate is getting pretty thin. The water's getting warm, so you might as well swim. The world's on fire. How about yours? That's the way I like it, and I'll never get bored. Hey now, you're an all-star. Get your game on, go play. Hey now, you're a rock star. Got the show on, yeah. Somebody once told me the world is gonna roll me. I ain't the sharpest tool in the shed. She was looking kinda dumb with her finger and her thumb in the shape of an L on her forehead. Well, the years start coming, they don't stop coming. Fed to the rules and I hit the ground running. Didn't make sense not to live for fun. Your brain gets smart, but your head gets dumb. So much to do, so much to see, so much more with taking the back streets. You'll never know if you don't go. You'll never shine if you don't glow. Hey now, you're an all-star. Get your game on, go play. Hey now, you're a rock star. Got the show on, yeah. Hey. Only shooting stars break the mold. It's a cool place. Every day it gets colder. You're funneled up now. Wait till you get older. But the media men beg to differ. Judging by the hole in the satellite picture. The ice we skate is getting pretty thin. The water's getting warm, so you might as well swim. The world's on fire. How about yours? That's the way I like it, and I'll never get bored. Hey now, you're an all-star. Get your game on, go play. Hey now, you're a rock star. Got the show on, yeah. Somebody once told me the world is gonna roll me. I ain't the sharpest tool in the shed. She was looking kinda dumb with her finger and her thumb in the shape of an L on her forehead. Well, the years start coming and they don't
Hello, hi, hello and welcome to our cool caravan on this beautiful summer evening. Today is 9th of July. We are in a full swing at a campsite. We are really busy. The season has started. Summer is here. The heat waves are here. And this is today's topic, how we cope with a busy summer. How do we do it? We are coping, I hope. It's our 5th summer here in Mill Park in North Devon. We are working outside. There is a lot of work. The pressure is on. And how do we do it? How do we manage? So this is something I would like to ask you today, whether your summer is also very busy. So it is a live stream on 9th of July. If you cannot be with me like Josh and Little Miss Sunshine, sometimes you can't make it live. Remember, you can watch it on any day you like. You can watch a replay, and if you also watch it on any other day, maybe in a different country, some of you. Hi Adventures, and hi Vasi and Steve, nice to see you there. So remember that even if you watch on a different day, you cannot be with me live, you can still comment and leave a like, so that's super important. So thank you for the 3 likes we've already received. and thank you for the comments you left on the channel in the last week. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. If you are a new subscriber, welcome and thank you very much. We do read all comments and we answer to all comments. So if you have a question or you just want to say hi, please do, because we will respond. We really enjoy reading your comments. Okay, so let me know if it's a busy time for you as well. Is summer a busy? Diesel is in disguise. Yeah, Diesel is chilling. Let me know if summer is a busy period for you or if you chill. Maybe you have a really nice long summer holiday, or maybe you are like us. Summer means work, summer means being busy, and summer means making some serious money. We work in hospitality, and in hospitality, summer, a bit like Christmas in different businesses. For us, this is the harvest time, really, summer. This is when the campsite and holiday parks fill up and everyone is working full on. Hi Damian, hello. There's no better time for doing my skincare than with company of freedom seekers. Oh, you do your skincare. What do you do? Share your skincare routine. I also did a little bit of skincare before I started, because I will mention this later probably, but this is one of my survival strategies. Essential oils. Okay, so let me know, how was your week? Whether you are busy or not. Maybe you were relaxing last week, maybe you were on a holiday and you are fresh. So is summer busy for you as well, or do you take it easy? Are you one of those lucky people when you can relax in the summer? We, as you know, campsite workers, holiday park workers, we cannot relax in the summer. We work very hard to make sure that our guests can relax. And this is really the story shared by all staff in hospitality. Right, so how do we cope? How do we cope on really hot days? Like yesterday, it was a really hot day. Bear in mind, we are on the coast and we are on the northern coast of Devon. We are in North Devon and the temperature was in high 20s yesterday, almost 30 degrees, so it was super hot. So how do we cope with that, especially that we have a dog? You may know, hard not to notice the dog. So our first strategy is that we start work very early. And hi, hey ho, let's tow, hello. Work caravan, work. Do you also work on the site? So we chose this timetable and we chose those really early morning starts with Marek. We start work at 6:30 in the morning. And yes, in autumn and winter months it's awful, because it's dark, it's cold, very often it's wet, and we get up and go. We do our morning jobs. But in the summer, it's absolutely lovely. We start early before it gets really hot, and we try to do all these physically demanding jobs before noon. We usually finish at 11, 11:30, 12 with a push. So we chose this shift pattern because we were aware that in the summer, when work gets busiest, we will be very happy that we start early and we finish before the worst heat begins. So this is our first strategy. Let me know how you are coping, whether you work inside in the office, or maybe you work outdoors just like us. How do you cope with the heat? How do you cope with working in the summer, which can be exhausting? I think generally heat makes us a bit less productive. Is your site open all year? Well, I always, when people say your site, I stress that I don't own this site, but I'm employed here. The site is open all year for the owners of the caravan. caravans, so our seasonal customers can visit the site all year round, but tourers and campers cannot. So the season runs from March till November. Indoors, you work indoors, keep the curtains and windows closed. Okay, do you use air condition? Do you use air conditioning? Right, so this is our first tip. Do most of your work very early. Avoid working at noon. So of course we are at risk of being dehydrated, and we keep drinking. We keep drinking, but it is important what you drink. So I try to stick to 1 coffee a day, because coffee is not great on hot days. Of course, water is the best, but I don't like iced water. I've never liked iced water, and it's according to some healthy nutrition tips I follow and I believe in, it's not great to drink iced drinks in the summer, because we use a lot of energy, we use a lot of digestion power and energy for really warming up this ice in our stomach. So I don't know if you believe it or not, if you follow stuff like that or not, if you trust it or not. I do. So I try to drink herbal teas. I drink a lot of mint because it's cooling. And I love coffee, but I try not to drink too much coffee, and I try not to drink too much alcohol in the summer. Diamond, it's 4th mint tea today. You can't be addicted. If it's mint tea, it doesn't count as addiction, it's just a habit, because it's a healthy one, isn't it? Now just keep the house cool, don't let the heat from outside in. Yeah, that's what we do in a caravan as well. And because we have a dog and sometimes we have to leave him here while we work, we enter a lockdown mode. So I'm always joking that our caravan is in a lockdown mode. So all those thermal blinds are down, skylights are covered, and we use a fan, and on extremely hot days we use our air conditioning unit. But yeah, I believe, hey ho, let's tow, I believe in your strategy. Keep the heat out, don't let it in. So we also close windows and we cover windows, we use blinds. We don't leave the windows open, because all this hot air gets into a caravan very, very quickly. And as you can imagine, this is quite a new caravan. It has quite a lot of insulation. It's much better insulated than our old one, but it's still only a caravan, it's not a house. So we don't live in a stone cottage like some of our friends. Stone buildings are brilliant on hot days like this. I will tell you about the dog in a minute, but we know a few caravan owners here from the site, and sometimes they don't come to stay in their caravan because it's too hot for their dogs, and they say, you know, on really hot days it's better if we all stay in a cottage. They have stone floor, they have stone slabs, we have thick walls, and it's much cooler in a cottage than, you know, it is in a caravan. But hey, we don't have a choice. How do we keep the dog cool? Yeah, so we try to keep him cool. We obviously avoid walking him at noon and during these really, really hot times. We leave him a fan. We try to keep the whole van cool for him. We don't have any thermal or cooling mats for him. We don't have any cooling vests. I don't know if they work. I saw them in the pet shop recently. If you have an experience of using them on your dog, let me know if they work. We rely on keeping the whole van cool, and when we have shade on our pitch, we go out to the garden, or I take him to the stream. Obviously, when we walk, if we have to go for a walk and it's hot, I make sure he walks on the grass, and we walk in the shade. Luckily, there's plenty of shade on site, so it's not too bad here, really. even on hot days we still have our stream, so he can have a little swim in the stream, and we have grass and we have plenty of trees to keep us cool. And I saw a lovely couple at the lake recently. They were staying in a glam pod, but glam pod got a bit hot at noon, and what they did, they took 2 chairs, they took a picnic and set up a camp by the lake in the shade, where the wind was blowing lovely. And that's what we do sometimes, probably. If it came to the worst, if it got too hot in the caravan, I would just take my dog out and probably take him to the stream or sit somewhere in the shade outside. Yes, so I don't know how many liters of water I drink currently, probably at least 2 liters of water, which means a lot of many visits to the toilet, and quite frequent emptying, much more of emptying the cassette in the caravan. But hey, you have to keep healthy and hydrated. So we are really lucky because the company, yeah, it was a bliss, and you looked so pretty. I took a photo of you by this lake. We are really lucky because the campsite where we work, the owners really look after us as well. So we have hats for hot days. We also have sun cream, and we have a few bottles for staff. We have sun cream dispensers on site, so we can use them. So that's really good. We all have long sleeve shirts, so I prefer to wear a long sleeve shirt on a sunny day because I don't like to get sunburned, and I have quite pale skin, so I'm not great with the sun, and sun ages basically, so I try to avoid the sun. And if you don't believe me that the sun ages, look at, I'm very sorry, I know it may be controversial what I'm going to say now, but I will still say it. If you don't believe in the damaging power of the sun, look at the Spanish and Portuguese ladies who are sunbathing all their lives, and by the time they get 40, 50, they look like dates. They look like dry raisins because of the years of getting sunburned on their face and skin. So I'm more of the Asian type. I hide from the sun. Do you enjoy the sun? Do you like just sitting or lounging in the sun, taking it all in? Do you enjoy getting a sunburn? Because some people do. I know a few. Well, I'm not one of them. I cover myself from the sun. So the point 3, how we cope with the sun and the months of working a lot in hot weather, is making sure we eat properly. So nutrition, we try to eat a lot of fruit and veg, especially foods which contain a lot of water, like watermelon and cucumbers are brilliant. So we try to eat well, but I noticed that it's a bit harder for me recently because normally I don't really crave sugar, but in the last week I had a Swiss roll from Vasi and Steve, and I almost had the whole thing. Yesterday and today I managed to have it in 2 goes, but it wouldn't be a problem to eat it in 1 go. I had a frozen cheesecake and some biscuits, so I definitely eat a lot. I want to eat more sweet things, but I think it is a general sign of stress. It really means that something is out of balance, and I really need to rest more and probably take things a bit easy. Because if I see myself eating a whole cheesecake out of the tin, I don't even bother with dishing it out. Have you got the same experience with a frozen cheesecake? Let me know. So if I can, if I know that I'm in this mindset of eating the whole cheesecake with a spoon, a cheesecake for 6 or 8 people, this is really a signal that, oh, something is going seriously wrong here. Damian, when you look at my skin, you might think I'm a vampire, so I try to avoid sun too. So you have a very pale complexion. adventures. I love the sun, but totally agree with you. It's not good and dries your skin. Mark. Yeah, Marek is the individual who gets sunburned every summer. And I'm not a vampire, but if I stand next to Marek, I do look like a vampire comparing to mixed olive-like complexion of my husband. Yes, I shared it with Marek. It wasn't easy. It was lovely Swiss roll. Thank you very much, and thank you for this beautiful flower. As you can see, I didn't kill it. I hope it will last. I was really hoping, oh please, please stay like that till Sunday, till the Sunday live. So I'm really pleased that you can admire this beautiful flower. It's a gift from Vasi and Steve. Thank you very much. Yeah. So nutrition, okay. Watch out for Swiss rolls and frozen cheesecakes. If you eat one a day, you probably have a problem. Yeah, you are extremely tanned. You're extremely tanned. So obviously we try to eat well. We generally try to eat well with Marek, and it's a lovely time. What I love summer for is the fact that we have so much food from our allotment, that we have fresh salads, cucumbers, herbs, beans will be ready soon to harvest. I got some new potatoes from the neighbor. So we have strawberries and blackberries, blueberries, and rhubarb and radish. So and carrots. Yeah, I started to pick carrots from the allotment as well. So we have this amazing wealth of fresh veg right now, so that's really good. Of course they need care and attention, so the minute I finish live I have to run and water my veg, especially tomatoes in the greenhouse. Marek, we have our private Facebook group. Yes, please join in and share positive vibes. Yes, we shared a small update recently from a few adventures we had with Vasi and Steve, who stayed here recently. We also had Mark and Helen, who left, I think they left yesterday. We didn't have a chance to spend so much time with them, unfortunately, so hopefully we'll see them again and plan things a bit differently. I'm laughing because there was a bit of a confusion with their booking and they arrived at the different time we expected them. But anyway, Mark and Helen, it was lovely to meet you, and I hope we'll meet again and we'll have a bit more time for each other. Okay, so nutrition. Bear in mind that if you have a whole Swiss roll or a whole cheesecake in one go, that's not good. And I just wonder, there are 8 of you with me, but where is Sue and Graham? Where are you? Where are they? Has anyone heard from them? Lost in action. Okay, so we talked about nutrition, and the next thing, which I think maybe you share the experience as well in the summer, I find the heat exhausting. And over the last 2 weeks, so many people told me, oh Kat, you look tired. Kat, you look shattered. Probably if I look shattered, that means I feel shattered. And don't you find it annoying that sometimes you are under pressure, sometimes you are tired? Well, everyone is sometimes. And when you do, you know. And the last thing you need, and I think especially a woman, is being told by someone else that she looks tired. Hence the makeup. That's probably the whole purpose of makeup, to cover up tiredness and fatigue. So I do have a tiny little bit. Yeah, I do have a tiny little bit today. But please, if you see someone who is tired, who look visibly tired, offer them a drink, Swiss roll, a cheesecake, I don't know, head massage, brush their hair, whatever they like. But don't tell them they look tired. Do you also find it annoying? Do you share the experience that you really don't like it when, okay, I know I look tired, I feel tired. I don't have to be reminded that I look tired and awful. Anyway, so it is good. It is a good idea to go to bed early and rest. We rest when we can. And in the last few weeks we had afternoon naps. We start work very early. We do most of it before it gets very hot. Then we run to our caravan to have a few hour lunch break, usually 3-4 hours, and that's lovely. So we have some nice meal, and very often when we feel that we need it, we just go to bed. I mean, sometimes we go to bed and sometimes we sleep, which is all part of a healthy, balanced lifestyle. But it's really lovely to, well, for us it's like a siesta, because we don't have days off together. This lunch break is our time off together, let's say. Okay, it is between shifts, but it is our time. So it's really lovely to have this flexibility and time to switch off during the day, relax, drink something, you know, have a nice meal, take dog for a walk, give him a little cuddle if you really need psychological support. Do you use your pets like that as well? Do you draw their good energy and their good vibes when you are shattered and exhausted? We find that you know, that we take it from Diesel quite a lot. He cheers us up so much, this dog. So it's really nice to have this midday break to just switch off and relax. And if you feel like going to sleep, you can. Why not? So we've been doing that. And generally we take breaks, you know, when we can. We probably have a few more little comfort breaks. In winter we also take comfort breaks for drinking hot drinks. In the summer we have short breaks for having something cool to drink and to hide in the shade. And the last thing I want to mention, and maybe you want to share something as well, it's mental well-being and dealing with stress. Because especially in our sector, in hospitality, where you serve others and those others come in huge numbers, it's not easy. It's not easy. In our role we do minimal customer service and we have minimal contact with customers, but there are some direct customer service roles in hospitality, such as receptionists, for example, and hats off to them, especially to those receptionists working on busy campsites, busy holiday parks, because imagine who they deal with every day. They deal with holiday makers who come for their holiday, but they often come super stressed and exhausted after their journey, especially if they were towing a caravan on tiny lanes they don't know. We are based in a quite remote area. Yeah, there are roads here, but the roads are very narrow and bendy, and if you are not confident at towing your caravan, it may be a nightmare, especially if you follow the sat-nav tips and you follow some tiny country lanes. Honestly, by the time many people arrive here, they are exhausted and they are super stressed. Of course, there are directions on the website on the best route to us, but most of people don't read them. Would you recommend your jobs? Hi Pavel, nice to hear from you. I made a video about pros and cons of our jobs, so I think everyone will have to answer to this question individually, because it suits us. This is a good job for us. Definitely we enjoy this lifestyle, because it's not only a job, it is a lifestyle. So we do enjoy it and we see ourselves in this sector in the future, but I know that it's not for everyone. So, well, I can recommend it to people who are a bit like me, who like to be active, like to work outdoors, like to be out in the nature rather than work in the office, who are not afraid of hard work, because work is demanding, who want to live in a beautiful place and have more time off than you get in a regular job. And there is one more condition: you have to be okay about living in a small space, because you will be living either in a caravan, motorhome, or a static, which is still small space compared to a house. So adventures with the Hawthorns? That's the answer. It depends. It works for me and for Marek and for Diesel. This is a big tick for us as well. This is a big positive for us, that this job enables us to take care of our dog. He's not left for all day alone. That's a big positive for us. So, dealing with pressure. Yes, you will be interacting with people who are stressed, who are fed up. Actually, camping is pretty stressful. This is a good topic for a video. Pitching a tent up, pitching an awning, towing a caravan. All these things can be really stressful. Navigating those tiny lanes in your motorhome, which is worth thousands of pounds. That hit me now, that being here is lovely, but getting to us is really stressful. And think about the traffic during school holidays, bank holidays. Anyway, so we've done courses in customer service. Luckily, you can learn about customer service and become a professional at customer service, but it is service. It's not easy. It is service. But how I cope with pressure, I'm old enough to know when it's too much for me, and I see and I feel when it happens. So what I do, I try to walk away from the source of stress and do something that makes me happy. Simple. So I try to do something that makes me happy every day to cope with stress and to kind of balance stressful situations. And one of these things is growing my vegetables. You know, I can disappear in my veg garden, and that's where I calm down and cool down, and I breathe deeply, and I do a bit of weeding, and I reset myself. Marek loves his cliff walks and playing with Diesel. We both spend a lot of time with Diesel, and that de-stresses us as well. And at least once a week, even at the busiest time, we get one day off in a week. Normally we have 2 days off in a week, each of us. But now we are very busy. We volunteer to help each other. So we sacrifice half of our day off to help the other person, which means we get a day and a half off. So what we try to do is getting off-site at least once a week, and preferably meet with friends or go to a place we don't know, just to do something different, just to change the environment and relax. Do what everyone around us does. That's another thing which may be a bit daunting, a bit depressing, to be honest. That you work, if you work in hospitality, in the summer you're surrounded by people who are having fun, they are relaxing, they are on their holiday, and you work, you serve them, and you have to be there in your uniform and you serve the others. But that's the choice you make. Obviously you cannot have a cake and eat a cake. So at the moment we are working very hard to have our cake in winter, and when the time is right we will have our holiday and our adventure. But it takes work, and summer is the time of working and earning money, saving money, and winter is time to relax and spend and enjoy. Okay, lovely. Ladies and gents, I didn't think it will be such a long live today. You've been very quiet. I've probably talked too much, but I hope you enjoy these insights from our campsite life. What do you do for your holidays if you are in your caravan already? That's a good one. So I think you haven't watched many of our videos yet, because there are some videos about our holidays and how we spend our holidays. Yes, living in a caravan, living on a beautiful caravan inside in a beautiful area by the coast, for most of the time it feels like a holiday. Yeah, especially before and after season. For those 6 weeks in the summer when we are at the peak season, it's not so much of a holiday. However, we still get our holiday moments. So what we do, if we can, and this is probably our favorite way of spending our winter holidays, if we can, we go to Spain and spend at least a month in Spain in the sun. And that's when we are served by others. Okay. Thank you very much, ladies and gents. Thank you for all the likes. And please remember, if you watch it on any other day, you can still comment, give us a like, ask a question. I hope I will see you next Sunday. We do this live chat every Sunday. So check our Facebook group for the updates on the topic. I hope you will have a wonderful summer. And it will not be too stressful for you, and there will be no pressure on you. If there is some pressure, if work is hard, I've given you loads of tips to deal with it. So I hope you will have a lovely summer. Thank you very much, Damian. Have a wonderful holiday, and see you next Sunday. There will be a short as well. We will publish a short. I hope you like them. We started doing shorts now again because at the moment we don't have time to produce longer videos for you. But we will be back with full scale videos, full length videos in September. Thank you very much and take care and have a wonderful summer. Bye bye.